Peace, family. This is Bria, and I'm here to do an almost personal reading because I like doing those. So, yeah, as always, I'm mindful of your time, so I'm going to try to be quick as possible. If you're new to my channel, please do subscribe, and thank you to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate you joining me. And yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Okay, so we got some cards trying to pop out, but trying to hold them back. So that could be a message in itself. Some of you could be in a situation where you're trying to hold yourself back from popping off. Actually, one of the cards that popped out was the World Reverse. So it could be a situation that's just going around and around and around. It's not ending, and you're trying to keep yourself from popping off about it. You're trying to be patient. But I'm getting it's just kind of like one thing after another. Somebody's unprepared, which is obviously me because I don't have my cards all turned the right way. But whenever I do a reading, whatever's happening in the reading is the reading. So, you know, somebody's having some trouble getting this stuff turned around all the right way. That could be the delay if it's a situation that you're just trying to end. You just need to cross some T's and dot some I's and get everything turned the right way. It's not as complicated as you think it is. It's not going to be as hard as you think it will. It will move faster than you think it will. But you know how it is when you just have a long ass to-do list. But you just got to take things one thing at a time. 8 of the Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, like I said, the message is the message. But yeah. So let's get a card for the energy. That was the channeling part of the reading. Let's get a card for the energy. Where we at? 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 Rushing. Excited. Eager. Giddy. I'm feeling all those things. Interesting. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups. In this deck, they call the Three of Cups abundance. And there's Lovers at the bottom of the deck. So this is definitely a return. It could be, okay, I'm getting a couple things. Somebody made a choice. There was a choice that was made in a love situation. And somebody could have realized that that was the wrong choice. It's either somebody realized like they chose wrong, and so now that they definitely know what they don't want, they're like 200% positive on what they do want, or it could also be a couple that chose each other and keeps choosing each other. Sorry, I had to pause the video for a second. So yeah, it could be also a couple that keeps choosing each other, and so it's like a return of excitement. You know what I mean? Like, the relationship feels new because you've gone through a cycle where it got real stagnant and stuck, and you're allowing it to you're allowing the life in the relationship to breathe organically, as opposed to trying to force anything. Okay, but I have these cards that I'm making that just have like my personal experiences on them. So I'm kind of using them like oracle cards. So since this is an almost personal reading, I'm just going to kind of see if I can come up with a story to help y'all, to help relate, or to help see if it resonates. But yeah, let's clarify this abundance card. Clarifying the abundance, we have confidence. Okay, so so I'm not going to actually tell the story, but the card is called confidence, right? And the story is about that thing where you really like somebody, you really care about somebody, and you feel like they treat you like, just like I said, like a lover that chose someone else. So you feel like this person didn't choose you, like they chose wrong, or even if they did choose you, they just fucked around and didn't put 100% towards the relationship. So you got a certain surge of confidence by telling this person to fuck off. Like, if you're not going to be 100% with me, then I don't want anything to do with you. And I feel like that energy is going to make that person come back around, because it's the energy of valuing yourself. And when you value yourself, other people feel like you're valuable. Other people value you when you value you. Okay. So let's get another card for the current energy. Oh my God, we have the Lovers. Y'all, come on. Come on. That's crazy. Okay. So there's definitely a choice being made. It could be some children involved. This could be somebody that you've already been with, already had kids with, or this could be somebody who felt like it was better for them to be with someone that they had kids with as opposed to being in a new situation. I'm getting that if this is somebody who was already in a situation with somebody, they didn't really trust that person. They felt like that person tried to hold them back, tried to sabotage them, lied to them, deceived them, all of the types of bullshit, but this person still goes back to that person for whatever reason, loyalty or whatever. Familiar. Oh my God, look, what was I just saying? Loyalty, and then we have the word familiar come out. Okay, so I actually read this one. This says, in my early 20s, I spent 1 year dating this dude, and then 3 years of him breaking up with me. One time I was so desperate to have a title, I asked him, are we a couple? And he said, yeah, a couple of people. And my dumb ass stayed with him a couple more years after that. Daddy issues are the fucking worst. And then it has familiar on the card. So that's exactly what I'm getting, is that it could be somebody that chose somebody that they've already been with in the past, even though the relationship sucks. The person is not good to them, and the person honestly doesn't even really claim them. It's more so of a situationship. But if you are dealing with a person who has abandonment issues, trust issues, they perceive love to be rejection. It's like if they don't have to work for it, they don't really understand what that is. It could be that you love this person too easily with confidence here. It could be that you're a person, like I said, who you know that you know what you're worth, so you don't have low self-esteem issues, so you don't hold yourself back when it comes to relationships. You don't do like that push and pull, cat and mouse type thing. That could be the eagerness that I was feeling in the beginning, like that pouncing energy, like when you care about somebody, you just kind of want to pounce on them. And I feel like this person didn't know what to do with that, but they went back to something that was familiar that felt awful, and so I feel like now they're going to come towards you for like a bit of relief from the poor choice that they made. Okay, I'm gonna get one more card to clarify the current energy. We have the Hierophant. So that definitely speaks to a commitment. It speaks to your personal rules, values, morals, and like I said, self-esteem. How do you feel about yourself? What are the rules when it comes to you? Because I'm getting this person might have been in a situation where they were very lazy when it came to, like, this person is somebody who might have gone back on their word. But once again, I feel like that's this person's love language. Disappointment, disillusionment. Let me get a clarifying card. Boyfriends. Yeah, I'm not going to tell the story, but this card has to do with boyfriends, right? Boyfriends are not husbands. So if you know, with the Hierophant card here, if somebody was your husband, they would marry you. And so if they marry you, they're committed to you. There's certain things that they're going to do for you. They're going to think about you. They're going to consider you, whatever. But this card, boyfriends, or somebody's just a boyfriend, they might make promises that they don't keep. It's not like they don't care about you, but they're not committed to you. So it's not like they're trying to lie to you or hurt you. It's just that they're not your husband. Okay, they're not your man. They're not your woman. They're not your wife. They don't owe you shit, is what I'm trying to say. But what I'm getting with the position that this Hierophant came out in on the other side of the Lovers and the Three of Cups, I think what this is trying to say is that if this person was committed, they would act differently. They would be committed, okay? But I feel like up until now, this person has not been committed. Okay, so let's see what the obstacle is here. What's the obstacle with the Lovers? We have the Knight of Swords. And the obstacle with the Three of Cups. So somebody got into a relationship way too fucking fast. That's the difference between a boyfriend and a husband too. As a boyfriend, you can say anything because you don't have to prove it. So you can, have all these feelings, be all caught up. You could be thinking that you're making mental, decisions that really involve and include this person. But then when this shit really hits the fan, you still act like you're single because you are, ultimately. But that's proven through getting your feelings hurt. Basically, you realize that you're single when you realize you're standing by yourself. When you can't call this person, or when you call this person and they don't show up. When you think about this person and they don't have that connection, that telepathy with you, that couple language with you, where they know they need to check in with you, or none of that shit because you're single. Clarifying the Three of Cups, we have the Four of Pentacles. So like I said, I feel like somebody, maybe they feel really good when they come in your energy. They feel really good when they come around you, but they still just have, there's some sort of toxic connection that has a hold on them. The fact that this Four of Pentacles is actually 4 little chess pieces lets me know that it's a game. This person is involved. Oh, and this card is called Power, right? It's a power struggle. It's a game. Nobody wants to lose. So it isn't. So this person maybe feel like they could get caught up with you for a minute, but sorry, I had to pause it for a second. Sorry about that. But yeah, what I'm saying is, okay, this person I feel like is involved in some sort of game or power struggle with whatever relationship that they were in. So they feel happy with you, but then it's like they feel like they lost, right? Because somewhere that other person that they're not with, they don't feel like that person is missing them. They don't feel like that person is pining over them. So then that makes them, it's almost like a revenge game. Remember when I said that in the Lover's card, when I saw that snake? It's like this is someone who gets sucked back in. They're not with a partner that they can trust. But maybe because they've already lost so much to this person in terms of trust issues, or feeling abandoned, or feeling disrespected, or whatever, maybe they've lost integrity or lost self-respect, self-esteem. When they're with you, they feel like a loser. Isn't that fucked up? Man, that's fucked up. So then they might feel like you like losers, which makes them not like you. They feel like the other person is a winner because that person doesn't want them. So with the Knight of Swords here, I feel like the obstacle also is that whoever you're thinking about for this reading, their mental health is not the best. They don't see things in the clearest perspective. Their thoughts are very cloudy. Okay, let's clarify the obstacle for the Hierophant. We have the Six of Cups. So here's the thing with commitment. Commitment requires discipline and sacrifice. This person is kind of hedonistic with the Six of Cups here, whereas they like what feels good. They like what feels pleasurable. They just like things to be sweet. In committed relationships, things are not always sweet. Sometimes you have to work through issues. Sometimes you have to see a person at their worst. This person, they ain't trying to do all of that. Okay. We have the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. But that's, once again, I feel like they don't have the space for anything except what is sweet, because this person is mourning a wound that is just ever present. It's going to be present if they can, as long as they continue going back to this other person. But for them, it also hurts when they don't go back to this person, so they're not yet ready to feel the pain of healing, so they keep going back to the pain of injury. Okay, let's clarify the Knight of Swords. Let's see if that's what I want to clarify. Now, what is this game? I want to clarify the Four of Pentacles. We have Confidant, clarifying the Four of Pentacles. Oh my God, this hurts my feelings. This person wants their time back. I'll read you this. This says, when my stepmother was dying from pancreatic cancer, she told everybody she was fighting, but I think she was ready to go. She told me before she got sick that she deserved to have spent her life with a kind, loving person instead of my father. She said she wanted a do-over. While she was sick, I dreamed she came into my room and asked me if she could lie down and die in my bed. She looked so tired. In another dream, she was packing a whole room full of boxes, and I said, what are you doing? And she said, moving. And I said, moving where? And she pointed toward the window and waved her arms like smoke. So the moral to this story is, my stepmother wanted to leave my father for like 25 years, right? But she didn't. When she finally left him, she felt like she'd wasted too many years of her life with him. And then she was bitter. And then instead of working to heal her life as it was and accept the broken pieces and accept that she could rebuild, instead she just kind of wished for a complete do-over, which metaphysically resulted in death. Okay, so not that this situation is that extreme, but what I'm saying is this person feels such a loss, such mourning when they think back about how much time, or this could be you, when you think back about how much time you've wasted in this old relationship, that you keep trying to go back to this relationship, or this person keeps trying to go back to this relationship to reclaim their time. Therefore, what ends up happening is they're wasting anybody else who they get into a relationship with, they're wasting that person's time. Okay? And so then it's like passing on that disease, that sickness, because the next person that they get with, they're going to waste that person's time. That person's going to be upset and want their time back. And it's going to guarantee that that person keeps going back to them to get their time, while they're good, ignoring that person, going back to another person to get their time. And it's just this chain of dysfunction. Okay. Let's get some advice for this situation. And give me some realistic advice, okay? Because obviously the advice is for everybody to heal. But I mean, for someone who's actually involved in this situation and cannot wave a magic wand to fix it, and this is not an ideal world, what is some practical advice for this situation? Okay. They told me to pick up the cards, clear the deck. So I'm getting that there's something to do with starting over, even if it means with another person, walking away, understanding that is what it is, and moving on. But I'm going to pull some cards just to clarify. Okay, so what is the advice? We have the Eight of Pentacles, work on yourself. We have the Ace of Wands, the Six of Wands. Okay, so your advice is to do what this person cannot do, which is to find clarity in the situation. Understand what you're looking at. Understand that you can't change that. Understand that the only thing that you can work on and fix is yourself. And any new situations that come towards you, even though it may hurt to leave this old situation behind, allow that new energy to come into your life. And whatever new energy comes into your life, recognize that new energy as a reflection of the new place that you're in, and celebrate the fact that you're in that new place, and that you're not still circling the drain with this old, bitter, toxic, disappointed, trauma bonded energy. Okay. We have thwart. Okay, what I'm getting with this card, I'm not going to tell the story, but what I'm getting with this card is that the more that you try to fuck with this situation, the worse and worse and worse and worse and worse it's going to get, until it's completely unsalvageable. And so it's not to say that this person or this situation, this relationship won't be able to come back around, but if you try to work with it now, you will ruin it. The best way to save this situation is to walk away from it, so that you don't have to run away from it, or so that you don't have to kill it in the future when it tries to kill you, because this is the type of situation that's just going to kill you if you continue trying to deal with it. And I mean kill you emotionally, kill your heart space. So the advice and then the solution is to work on yourself, work on the parts of yourself that you feel would have drawn you to a situation like this kind of trauma bonded. Look and see where you're still dealing with energies like that in your own life. Do those acceptances in your own life where you have to accept that certain things are over and there's nothing else that you can do. Sorry, I'm just pause this for a second. Okay, sorry about that. This is my babies once again. Anyway, I'm just getting that this is the type of situation that will kill you before you fix it, okay? Where you would just end up with your feelings really hurt. So like I said, you have to deal with the places in you that crave this connection despite all the things that you know about it. And as you just move forward, you're going to be met with new experiences that reflect the fact that you were actually strong enough to leave this situation behind. And that's going to make you feel proud of yourself, which I feel like is kind of where you already are. So you could be dealing with a person who is trying to make you feel insecure, trying to make you feel like you're not as good as you are or as dope as you are, because this person has low self-esteem and they want to bring you down to their level so that you're more manageable, so that they know, because they know how to deal with relationships where that's the dynamic, but they don't know how to deal with relationships where people love themselves and they're healthy and they're expressive and they communicate and they commit and they know how to work through problems and things like that. This person don't know shit about that, okay? So what you got to do is go find your people that do know about how to do things like that. And if that's new for you, you are not going to be able to explore that newness with this person. You're going to have to go explore that new dynamic with new people, okay? So I'm going to pull one more card for this Six of Wands. We had the familiar card come out again. So once again, this comes back to childhood wounds, daddy issues, love, being in love with the idea of love. That whole phrase of like, when love is no longer being served, get up from the table. You got to celebrate getting up from the table, but first you got to get up from the table. Love is not being served here. And so the first step in loving yourself is getting the fuck up from this table. And then you will feel really good about yourself, and then you go out and meet other people who got up from a shitty table too. Okay? And I feel like that's the, let me see what's the outcome. We have the Ace of Swords for the outcome. Truth. But to me, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Swords is also about hindsight, right? If you look at the crown on this ace, it's like, what's the highest truth? What's the most important truth? And that truth sometimes is painful. It's painful to accept, and sometimes you can only see it once it's behind you. So I feel like you might not quite realize how much this relationship is clouding your judgment with this cloud down here. You see the handle is down here with the cloud. So you could be confused about how to handle this. It could be kind of cloudy to you about how to handle this. It's not until you walk away from the situation that you're going to clearly see that it was the situation. It's not that you're confused. It's that this situation is confusing. This situation is confusion. And you can only see confusion in hindsight, because it's not until you look back at a confusing situation and you understand that the situation is confusing, then that's when you receive clarity. But you don't receive clarity inside of confusion. You have to separate yourself from confusion in order to get clarity about it at a distance. Hindsight, okay? It comes at a distance though. So that's going to be the outcome, is that you have to walk away. And once you walk away, you'll be able to see the truth about why you had to walk away. Even if it's just mentally, even if it's just separating yourself mentally from the idea of being with this person, or the idea that you should be with this person, that you need to be with this person, or that you can fix this person, or that even separating yourself from the idea that you can bring some sort of clarity to this situation. You know, I've been the type of woman before to listen to a reading like this, and instead of walking away from that nigga, I will send him the file. I will send him the reading. Like, listen to this, and she's explaining why I need to leave you, and thinking that that's gonna make the person magically snap and fix themselves. And baby, that's not how any of this works. Okay, so sometimes the medicine is just only medicine that you can swallow. This is a hard pill for you to swallow. Swallow it and move on. All right. So that's the reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I said, please subscribe to my channel. Please give this video a thumbs up. And if you would like a personal reading from me, that information will be in the description box below. And thanks so much. Peace.